So today I want to talk to you about mortgage default remedies, and I like to start this presentation with disclaimer that whatever is mentioned in this presentation is not legal advice, but rather general educational information for private lenders or prospective private lenders. And in this presentation, I will help you understand what remedies are available, what they will look like, because you will have to rely on these remedies for you to recoup your investment should a mortgage default happen. So the three most common ways are power of sale, foreclosure, and judicial sale. So starting with power of sale, which is the most common way to deal with a mortgage default, and generally speaking, it's also the fastest among the three, and therefore is widely used in Newfoundland, Labrador, New Brunswick, PEI, and Ontario. And the process begins with a mortgage borrower defaulting on the scheduled payment. And after 15 days of the date that the disorder payment occurred, the lender can now send out a notice of sale on the mortgage to all parties involved in the mortgage, all parties registered on title, and all parties who may have interest in the property. The borrower does have a redemption period up to 37 days to catch up with the payments and pay the costs incurred by the lender up to this point. If the borrower doesn't pursue this option, the lender can start the power of sale process by filing a statement of claim, something that looks like this. Once this process is initiated, the lender can no longer charge a penalty to the borrower to repay the mortgage. So basically, the term is not fully open for repayments. The statement of claim will be served to the borrower, and the borrowers will have 20 days to file a statement of defense if they disagree with your arguments listed on this statement of claim. But if there's no statement of defense, then the lender, you can continue the process to apply for a judgment and also a writ of possession. It can involve a sheriff to evict the owner or the owners of the subject property, but if it's being used as a rental property, then the sheriff cannot evict the tenants. After this step, you can engage a realtor to sell the property. You might also want to do appraisal on this property at this point to make sure you're selling the property to the fair market price, or at least as close as you can get to the fair market price, because the borrower, now called the judgment debtor, can backfire on you and sue you for selling the property under fair market price. After the sale, if there's any surplus of funds, you will have to return that back to the borrower. And if there's a shortfall of funds, you can sue the borrowers again. The other two remedies are judicial sale and foreclosure. They are similar in nature, but there are some differences. So under a judicial sale, the court will sell the property, and under foreclosure, the lender will obtain the ownership of the property and then sell it. These two methods are more common in BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Quebec, and Nova Scotia. In a judicial sale, the lender may commence an action for sale, and the court will oversee the process and distribute the proceeds after the sale. So the lender must apply to the court first to obtain the approval, then to sell the property. And once approved, the seller can no longer list the property for sale, or if there's any current listing appointments in place, they will have to be canceled as well. And there is a lot of court involvement in this process. So it depends on how busy the courts are in that jurisdiction. The timeline to use a judicial sale can be very, very long. And if a judicial sale is unsuccessful and there's no equity in the property, the lender might want to explore the option of doing a foreclosure, using the court to take title of the mortgaged property and extinguish the rights that the borrower or any other party might have in the property. It is considered a harsh remedy as the lender now becomes the owner of the property, leaving borrowers with no interest in it. And the lender, now the owner, can sell the property at whatever price he or she wants. So once again, this presentation is for general information for private lenders and the prospective private lenders. For any specific questions, please consult a licensed professional. And if you are interested in investing in private mortgages or need help understand more about this business, please contact me. Here's my contact information, and I look forward to helping you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching this video.